So today I have been watching lots of mediums, or a few people claiming to talk for the spirits and stuff. And I think a lot of people like to talk about the energies and stuff. So there's quite a lot of that going about. Um, but it's very interesting how you get some people that seem very intelligent and can talk about, their degrees on their medication, that the the medicine that they've been studying, or they can come off quite intelligent, and then they just start giving things that I don't believe are the truth, and things that they've misunderstood. Yeah, I don't know. I've watched quite a collection, and sometimes people say that they were in a coma, and then they start talking about, I think it's dreams. It's dreams. I'm sorry, but I think that a lot of things that people are saying, oh, this has happened, and I know there's another realm because I saw this and I saw this, and yet how they're describing everything they're describing, it just sounds like a dream. Like, I can't remember what dream I had last night, but I remember it being long, and I remember it going on, and I think I lost something. I think I bought something very, very expensive, and then I lost it, and I spent ages and ages trying to find it, and the dream just kept going on and on. I can't actually remember it, but I remember waking up realizing that this dream was a completely different life. It wasn't my life. I hadn't spent the money that I thought I'd spent. I hadn't lost the thing that I thought I lost, and then as soon as I came out of it, I just remember thinking, phew, like, forget that dream. I don't know what happened in it. I can't remember. And I just blanked it out and walked on. And I just feel like a lot of people can have near death experiences where they basically pass out and are sort of unconscious for a while. But I feel like their brain has some sort of dream. And when they start coming to, they remember this dream, but they start seeing it as being like another realm. Sometimes I've had dreams where I actually wake up and I know who I am. Now, they're very strange dreams because it's like, I know who I am. I mildly know where I'm from and what my house looks like. And there's sometimes you can wake up in a dream and you can actually have a sense of self and who you are. And then you realize that you're in a dream, and it's a very surreal experience. But I feel like you could easily take something like that and use it as evidence that there's life after death, when really it's not. It's just your brain that's kind of in a daze and it's thinking about stuff. I have two types, well, lots of probably different types of dreams, but some are just completely ridiculous. Some where I'm a completely different person, and I think that I've got friends that I haven't, or I think that I'm a different person, and then you start coming out of it, and you're just thinking that I'm not that person. In fact, I think I might have even been a guy in a dream that in that dream that I had last night. I mean, I don't understand dreams, and if you want to do some psychoanalysis on why people have dreams, and sometimes I think dreams are fears, what you fear, and therefore people that have dreams of going to hell and stuff, I think they're just fearing stuff. And a lot of people, when they start having to, oh, I met God and I knew it was him because I felt this really masculine presence, and it was just so full of love and stuff. Like, if you're talking about that and you're saying that this was God, you didn't meet God. But the thing is, though, I can say that if I was to prove that I was God, I bet there's going to be a ton of people saying, "Oh yeah, I knew it was God," and they met me, and because I felt a feminine presence, and they're just not. And I feel like, as much as I want the world to know who I am, I also want to make it bloody well clear that these things are not the truth. There are so many people that preach, oh, I know that this was happening. I know, that woman that was talking for Mary Magdalene, she was like believing that she was possessed by Mary Magdalene and talking for Mary Magdalene. Now, Mary Magdalene is 50 years old and living in Australia, so she's not talking for her, and therefore I feel like there should be a phase where I'd like to actually meet mediums who claim to be able to talk to the dead, and I want to find out the truth for myself. I don't actually believe in a spiritual realm. I maybe I don't believe in it because I'm not supposed to preach about it or promote it. Because if I did, too many people would want to move. And for the future of the timeline, it's important that you're encouraged to stay on Earth. But also, I think that it's not real. Like, I haven't seen any evidence. Okay, I did see evidence of ghosts when I was younger, but as soon as I realized that I am a time traveling ghost, I feel like almost all the experiences, because I went to Christian camps. My granny was a very strong Christian, and kept making me go to these Christian camps, and I like going to them because I like playing archery, and there was a lot of sports that we did in these camps. There was about 2 hours of Bible studies a day, but I would learn to fall asleep during them, so it wasn't that bad. But but yeah, that I had a ghostly experience on most of them, but at the same time, I felt like something was telling me not to be a Christian. You know, if you've seen a ghost and you go to the Christian, your one of your Christian ministers and says, "I've just seen a ghost. This is what I saw." You know, if she responds by saying, "You can't have seen that because the Bible says that ghosts don't exist, and therefore you can't have seen that." And, you know, if that's their response, then you're basically just telling me not to be a Christian, because it's like, well, you're saying your Bible says that ghosts don't exist. I've seen them, so I know they do exist. And you know, but at the same time, because it was always at a Christian camp, I mean, maybe there was two or three experiences that wasn't at a Christian camp, but most of them were at the Christian camps that I had. And I did seem to notice that I was more likely to see a ghost at a Christian camp, and I felt almost like something was telling me not to be a Christian. But yeah, now that I know that I'm God, I feel like, well, was this just myself telling me this? Was this my higher self being a ghost and acting like a ghost? And so I don't know. I mean, I would like to know more, but I would like to talk to people and talk to mediums and tell them that I'm God and that I'm, you know, was a cave woman and stuff, and I want to see how they respond, and then I also, you know, want to talk to then go and ask them to talk about their ghostly experiences or their otherworldly experiences, because I want to talk to them about, how do you know it's not just a dream? How do you know what you saw was not just a dream? You know, that guy who said that he was in a coma he said that his brain was so gone that his brain wasn't able to function and have memories. But I would have said there was a point where he would have come to, and where he would have started, you know, gaining consciousness, and maybe the dreams were at that stage, or maybe the dreams were actually just formed later on. You know, sometimes you could have like a dream and then you completely forget about it, and then 2 or 3 days later you remember it, and it's like, oh, I just remembered a dream I had a few days ago. But say if you lost your memory, and you might have had a dream 2 or 3 days ago, but you might have thought that it was a week ago when you were in your coma, and then you've kind of just talked about this event as if it happened when really it didn't. It was something that happened later on. You know, he said he didn't remember anything for the first few weeks of waking up, of the coma, and it's only after a few weeks, like after 6 weeks, did he start thinking back of the dreams. And it's like, well, how do you know you didn't have this dream, you know, nearer on? And so yeah, I don't know. I guess I'd like to ask these questions, and you know, all the people that believe that they've seen God. You know, if they're a medium and they're trying to like make money out of giving people readings of being able to talk to the ghost, talk to the dead and stuff, you know, I would like to find out how much truth there is, and I think it would be good for the world to know how many of these people are actually just liars. And I feel like a lot of people are lying. A lot of people that are channeling are not. So I think it would be cool. I definitely would like AJ Miller to, you know, maybe he should go into hiding and you just promote him, and then you can just say whatever you want. But if there is some recordings of him, he doesn't have to do interviews or anything, because you know, on one hand, I want him to be exposed as Jesus, but on the other hand, I don't want him to be exposed as Christ. But Jesus is supposed to lead people to Christ, so maybe there should be a period where he comes saying, "I'm the real Jesus," but the Son of God is going to come, and that could be. I don't know if Martin wants to get involved in this, or maybe he can tell people that the Son of God is not him, but that he knows who the Son of God is, and that the Son of God is on earth, or something like. I don't know how involved Martin wants to get in this. He might not at all, but you could just say that he's here and say that he doesn't want to talk to people because of whatever reason. But you know, there should be a time of testing where he comes forward with information. Other information that he could say is I don't know, but I've seen on some pages they say Passover was on April 3rd in the 33 AD. So he could start saying that was when he died. Yeah, that's when he died. Perhaps the day before. Passover's he's supposed to died on a Friday. So if that in that 30 April the 3rd that year happened to be on a Saturday. So you could say he died on April 2nd and he was risen on perhaps the Saturday or Sunday. Well, it's supposed to be 3 days later, but you could say like the Sunday. But I don't know if they changed, if the religious people who are running this change Easter to that week rather than the end of April in 2005. Like would people believe it? Would people change? I would definitely like the reveal of the fact that it was Adam and Eve's birth, Eve's child that was the baby that was born on Christmas Day. You know, I'd like if that information came forward, who would believe that? Who would accept that? Who would acknowledge that? And I don't know, AJ Miller could reveal some truth, um, such as the Son of God is on earth and is someone who's hiding. I don't know. I don't know what he would, but no, I'd like people not to just think that they can talk for people when they're not talking for people. And I feel like something like that. I mean, there's another idea is AJ could reveal that the singers and celebrities are the angels, but yeah, if he doesn't know about me, then he's not going to do that. But if he does know about me, then he might actually want to announce that the singers and celebrities are the angels, and just don't mention me. And I don't know, people, if he comes claiming to be the real Jesus, you know, he could make prophecies that the real Christ is going to come. You know, I don't know if he knows about me or not. If he doesn't know about me, then I guess he's not going to do that. But if he is, maybe he's already known about me. Maybe he's in hiding, or because he's not making any more videos now and stopped doing the preaching. So maybe he does know about me. If that's the case, then maybe he could sort of announce that, just not announce a date for when I'm going to be exposed, but just say that he believes that Christ is the real Christ is going to come. Or he could say that, claim that the Son of God is Martin and he's the real Christ. You can't say he's the real Christ, I don't think. But I don't know. I don't know what that's just ideas, but